Kaycie, I really like your point about bringing in religion with development. It was really interesting reading about the correlation with that. And I think that even looking at people and watching them and observing them really proves how um, people that have that perception in life kind of grow up with a different outlook, right? And one thing that I think makes an even more interesting argument is the fact that epigenetics exist, um, or at least widely accepted, right? Um, so I think that it would be a really interesting correlation to have with someone who has that genetic kind of marker, the passing down the lineage, the traits, the chemical change that happens, especially when exposed to like high anxiety or traumatic situations, and then how people with uh, a certain level and element of faith come in and change that, right? And so I think that that's a strong argument for development, right? And how perception and attitudes and behaviors can change um, your literal genetic makeup and your brain chemistry, right? And so I think that that's so important to keep in mind when talking to clients because if we ignore all the different elements that go into who someone is and how they behave, what they think, what they do, then we're not really doing them justice, right? So we have to consider all the little details and follow the patterns too. And like that's why it's so important to learn someone's history and learn someone's why. You know what I'm saying? When we are trying to get to the bottom of it, like with counseling, and I think that you know giving people an insight into their own understanding and an insight into their own behaviors and reactions and things like that can help them find that like breakthrough if they're struggling with something, and it can help them find a deeper root into their faith or into their um, sorry, the good behaviors, right? The positive behaviors, the positive reinforcement, right? So you always want that to be the emphasis. You don't want your words or your thoughts or your behaviors to become something that they're dependent upon. You want to really reinforce what they have going for them and then how they can go on and help themselves. And not only will that affect how they live their life and the positive change that they see within them, but they'll be able to go and take that into the people that they talk to and the people that they interact with, especially people of faith. Typically it is much more of a communal setting and it's much more of a communal thing, and so yeah, I just really thought that that was a nice element that you brought into it, so thank you.